I just want to start with you, Avik, because you have actually been working non-stop with the farmers' protests. And I have to say I was wrong. I actually had said in all my programs that the government would not take back anything that it's decided. This is as good as taking back, isn't it? Are the farmers going to relent? How do you see this development?
The farmers' bodies are in meeting as we speak. They've had the meetings will be in two rounds. First, the Punjab organizations of 32 farmers organizations will get together. They've almost finished their meeting. Then the Sanyukt Kisan Morcha, the platform of platforms, will sit down. It's too early to say what they will agree to, what they will not. We must understand there are more than 450 organizations. This is a very critical, crucial moment. We all understand that. And we are deliberating on this. Sorry, I wish I could say anything more clearly, but at this point I can't because I simply don't know. However, I can express a personal opinion if you want me to.
Sure, please do.
We are unable to understand what exactly the government has put on hold. The government says, without saying so, that if you end the protest and go back, then we will keep the laws in abeyance for 1.5 years. It's something I can't understand because the protest is about repealing the laws. The government says we can't repeal. So, of course, there has to be discussion on that question. But how can you predict a calendar for that discussion? I mean, how do you not know that this will all be solved in 1 month of discussion? So 1.5 years, we will keep it in abeyance, sounds incorrect to me. And the second is a crucial and important issue, which is the primary issue of legalizing MSP. For that, the government has only indicated it will form some committee. But we need more information and more, meat in that. Who is the committee? What is the terms of reference of the committee? What will be the powers of the committee? So unless all those things are resolved, we are still very much in the zone of clouds, so to say.
Avik, I have to just bring you in there because you were very sort of confused personally about this 18-month abeyance period. My question to you is, Sanjay Hegde also flagged the legal points, which you would also know as a lawyer. Are we then saying that the farmers would insist on a parliamentary intervention, Avik?
The farmers would insist on something that is cut, dried, clear, and beyond question. There is no winter session of parliament. We know that. Ordinance is a possible route. The government, in fact, has indicated that it prefers to file a sworn affidavit in the Supreme Court to state its position of withdrawing on the laws. Now, we are not clear in which application, which petition that government affidavit will be filed. So, yes, there are some indications from the government, not satisfactory yet, unclear. Perhaps in the meeting tomorrow, things will become clearer. First, the farmers, of course, have to decide whether they agree to a time-bound stay of the laws, time-bound holding of the laws in abeyance, which may not be the case as we go forward. We'll understand later tonight. And the primary question, I repeat, I'm sorry for repeating this, the primary question has to be addressed on MSP. So this is, so far as the farmers are concerned, much beyond just the repeal of the laws. And I'm sorry, there is no politics so far as the farmers are concerned.
No, I know. I mean, the farmers are looking at this from their perspective and the interest of their agitation. But as students of politics, it is also our job to try and understand what this means for governance and the way of governance and what led this very, some would say assertive, some would say obdurate government to actually pull back. It depends on your politics and your ideology. Avik, complete your point. I'll let Gurcharan complete his sentence and I wanted Dr. Baru to respond to it. Go ahead, Avik. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I do believe this government is clever. So long as it's clever, it does reasonably well. Trips a few times, but does okay. The moment it becomes too clever by half, which is the case now, everything falls apart. So when the government understands what the voter wants, and that's how the government has to perform in a democracy, it acts correctly. Here, as you rightly pointed out, they somehow believe that performance and perception have nothing to do with electoral victories and they can do what they want. This is the lesson to be taken away from this, whatever happens tomorrow. This is the lesson that people do have a voice in democracy, and that must be heard. That's very crucial.